Hi, my name is Mike Siggety, and I'm preparing for the 2011 Erzberg Enduro in Austria. And while I'm preparing for that, I'm also getting ready for a race tomorrow in Delaware. And it's supposed to be really muddy, so I figured I'd show you some of my mud techniques, or mud preparation techniques, so you can maybe use these yourself if you want. Or if you have any suggestions, I'm all ears, because I have always found that sharing also breeds sharing. So this is one thing that I do, is for years I've heard about people using pantyhose over their radiators, but every time I questioned people how they did it, everyone knew of it, but no one seemed to have any real definite advice. So what I've come up with, and there may be better ways to do this, is I actually put the pantyhose over the radiator fins, and it works really well. I was a little nervous at first, but all the mud flakes right off, and the heat from the radiator also bakes the little bit that gets on there, and all you have to do is just take your finger and go like this on it, and it cleans it right away. But it really never actually cakes on heavy, ever. So it's actually an awesome idea, and I'm surprised I don't see more people doing it. It's worked very well for me. In addition to using the fluid iron radiators and the Evans fluid, it definitely runs a lot cooler as opposed to being packed up with mud. And I just tie the bottom of the pantyhose like that so they don't pull up. And if you want, you can even zip tie your radiator fins, which I do, because they seem to always fall out with, when they get hit with branches and stuff, and I just poke a little hole with them there. And another thing I do is I've been using these ProGrit goggles. I don't know if you could see them, but I know there's a little bit of glare. And I put some fishing wire underneath the roll-off. And I know there's some companies that have extreme lenses with bumps on them, and I've used them before. In a drizzle and in mud, they work okay, but when it rains, they don't seem to work as well. You need to put something underneath the film so there's no static and static electricity, is that it? So it doesn't stick stiction to the lens. And I put two pieces, I don't know if you can see that, one towards the top and one towards the bottom. And I like these Pro Grips for a couple reasons. One is that they actually are 50% thicker than the Scott or Smith roll-offs. You can see that they're pretty beefy. And the other thing is they're also anti-fog. And I've used some other anti-fogs, and maybe the ones that I used weren't very good, but these are the best as far as I've used. I mean, at the indie show, if you go to their booth, they tell you if you could fog them, you can have them. And in addition to being no fog, which is also good for muddy conditions, and they're just an overall good goggle, they also have this really thick area up here, so if you wear glasses, you can definitely fit them over the glasses. And if you do wear glasses, they cut a little slot, mark you a little slot right here. I don't know if you could see that in the foam. So you can you just cut that slit a little larger to fit your frame. And I've been happy with them. They also have a lens that tints really quick, and that is actually what I'm going to use for Erzberg if it doesn't rain, because you're in the woods, then you're in the fields, and you're in the woods, and bright sunlight, for me actually makes me tired if it's constantly in my eyes like that. So I'm looking forward to using those if I need to. But yeah, I've been real happy with these. And the other thing that I do is I use this visor here. You can make your own if you want. I know some people do that. You can get some stuff at Home Depot. But I've been happy with this Frank Industries visor because it fits nice. It's actually pretty thick. I don't know if you can see the thickness of it. It's a lot thicker than a goggle lens. And they actually give you some hardware. If you look, you see there's some plastic hardware. So it mounts right on real easy. And then what I do is I tape all the vents up here so you don't get any water dripping down in between there and into your goggle lens. So I've been using that. And where I find that this seems to work the best is when you're going down those high-speed straightaways and the water's pelting you in the face. The only thing is you do got to keep it clean, or it really doesn't work that well. And that's a little tough too. So what I do is I put a bag of tissues behind the number plate here, and that's my little visor over the tissues there. And this is a little tight here. I'm still got to do some brake line routing, but you can get your hand in there. Most people run their brake line in the front, and that's actually a lot better. I can't seem to do that without having issues. But little tissues up here, and you roll them up in a ball. You can't actually put you got to roll them up like that. You can't just put like a stack of them, or they'll all come out at one time. So that's a little trick that actually Bob Aganis taught me. I don't know if you know him from the ECEA series, but he has some good tricks. That works out nice. So that's some of the things that I do to prep my bike for the mud. Put a little bit of foam in there. I know it's getting burnt by the exhaust, but it'll be all right. A little bit of skid plate foam anywhere I can underneath. I'll put it under the skid plate when I get that mounted on. And if you have any questions or you have any advice, I'd love to hear it. You can always go to my website at mikesiggety, sigety.com, and see if you want to click on any of these companies. Most of them are on there, not all of them, because not all of them are companies that I deal with directly. Or you can subscribe to this forum here, and you can be notified if there's anything else going on for the preparations for the Erzberg. Thanks a lot for watching.